Hey, everybody, welcome. This is your show. This is Dr. Levi with the Dr. Levi Show. So happy to have you with us today. Today is February the 10th, 2016. This is Valentine's week is coming up here, so get ready for, as we say here, love is in the air. So get ready to have a great, great weekend, I'm sure. Valentine's Day is actually on a Sunday this year, so I'm sure it'll be a great weekend. I know people are making their plans for the weekend getaways, so hope you have a safe trip, and I hope to see you guys back here next week. This week, I want to tell you about an awesome guest that we have. And more importantly, I want to tell you about what she does, and she does it so very well. Our guest is McCall Hall, and she's a broadcasting personality, and she hails from Seattle, Washington. The wonderful thing about McCall is that I actually had an opportunity to work with her this summer with Special Olympics because she was the director of community relations for the Special Olympics World Games this past summer. She was just really just fun. And anyone dealing with community relations like she did for Special Olympics is someone who has to have a lot of personality. They have to be really in tune with how do you work with so many different people from all over the world, and she did it so extraordinarily brilliantly. So I want to thank her for being on our show with us today. And before I bring her on, I want to thank everybody for subscribing to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is steady going up. I want to thank you for listening to the iTunes podcast of the show. It's also doing really well. And I'm just grateful to have you as a part of the Dr. Levi community, here to empower you and to remind you to make mindful choices so you can have an extraordinarily, optimally positive life. That's what it's about, living life to the fullest and knowing that you matter and that we don't need anyone to validate us. Especially during this time of Valentine's Day where there are going to be many people who won't have anyone to spend that time with. Well, guess what? Love yourself. Send yourself some chocolates. Send yourself some flowers. But more importantly, know that no one outside of you validates you. You're perfect just the way you are, period. So just love you. Valentine's Day is about really understanding, knowing that it's a time for reflection if you're with someone, but if you're not, then that's okay too. That person is coming your way if it's meant to be, if you want them. And also, remember to close the door of old relationships so that new relationships can come in. If you hang on to the old, you don't get the better. Remember, sometimes we have to let go of the good to get better, and then we have to know that if we're in a relationship where it's the same thing all the time, we have to let go better to get the best. It's okay to do that. If you're in a rut in a relationship, don't just stay. And 5, 8, 10, 15, 20 years later, it's like, what did I do? Well, you had a choice. So be mindful about your choices. You're an adult. So if your life is going great with people you love and you want to have them in your life, fantastic. If it's not, well, don't be the martyr. Don't be the victim. Be the one that makes a choice and say, you don't work for me anymore. This doesn't work. I don't like you. I don't like being with you. I don't like making love to you. I don't like the way you look. I don't like the way you smell. I don't like the fact that we share the same air. So when you get to that point, you have to just let that person go. In a loving way, of course, but let them go. All right, well, enough of that tirade of mine here about relationships. So let's talk to our guest, McCall Hall. McCall, welcome to the show, young lady.
Well, thank you for having me. First of all, I was ready for you to keep going.
Oh, were you?
I'm sitting here getting my life. I looked over, I'm like, yo, he's speaking the gospel.
McCall, stop.
The love gospel. Love
Yes,
yourself.
Absolutely.
Love yourself.
We have to
grab
do
your
that.
own heart.
Yes.
And caress it.
Yes.
Come and get this word. Give me your hand. I just gotta. What?
McCall, stop it.
I was getting lost in you. I'm just sitting here staring at you like, this man must have known I needed this word. Come on.
Oh, stop it.
Dr. Reverend Levi Show. Yes, God. Come on with it.
McCall, stop. Stop.
I didn't want to interrupt you like you were going, and I wanted to stand up and just start clapping. Like, yes. Come on.
Stop it, McCall.
It was taking everything. I was like, girl, don't come on here and start acting a fool right out the gate. But you almost stood up and did a hand clap of praise. Dr. Reverend Levi, come and get this word. Yes.
McCall, stop it. Well, let me just say this. I am just so.
Woo.
Oh, God. That's McCall Hall. That's the beginning. We got another 50 minutes. Get ready.
Never would have made it without.
McCall, stop it. Stop it. McCall. Let me just say this.
Woo.
This is the Dr. Levi show. This is our fun show with the amazing broadcasting personality McCall Hall. As you can tell, she is a firecracker right out the bin here. So I just want to say I'm glad you're with us, and I want to hear about your life as a child. I know you're from Seattle, Washington.
I sure
Did
am.
you have a big family, mom and dad, and 3 or 4 brothers and sisters?
No. Well, actually, yes. Okay, so let's get into it.
Yes.
All right.
Let's.
I'm from Seattle.
Yes.
Okay.
Love that city.
Isn't it great?
It's beautiful.
When it's not raining.
True. And even in the rain there is different from the rain in Los Angeles.
It is.
It's a different vibe. I love Seattle.
The air is so clean.
Yes.
Whew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great place. Great place.
So yeah, like I said, I'm from Seattle. My mom's originally from Seattle. Okay. My father is from Lubbock, Texas,
Okay.
the South.
Yes. I'm
Pick
from
cotton.
New Orleans. Oh yes. So we know.
What did you think about the new Beyonce video? Oh my God, my nose starts running as soon as I get on air. Do we have a Kleenex? I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, we'll get some for you. We'll have clinics and everything.
So yeah, father's from Texas,
Yes.
mother's from Seattle. Grew up, just a city kid.
Yes.
City kid. Had 2 sisters and a brother. One of my sisters is crazy. You got a
Don't
crazy
say that.
sibling?
No, I don't.
Everybody got that one crazy sibling.
I got some crazy relatives now, but not my sisters. They're fine, but I have a few aunts and uncles.
I got
that
them
are
too.
scary.
And they're still down in Texas.
Might
They're
want to
so-
keep them there.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I basically grew up an only child though, because my mom was a psychotherapist for 30 years.
Yes.
Okay. My dad was an artist and a teacher. All right. My parents decided to get married in their late 30s. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. My mom had me at 40.
Fantastic.
Changing life, baby.
Pretty much.
I have 14 years between my brother, 18 years between my sister and I.
Wow.
Yeah. So I grew up basically an only child.
For sure.
So I had to learn to be good with myself. So when you start talking about loving yourself, I said,
Yes.
hell, I've been doing that my whole life.
Right.
But yeah, Seattle was a great place. It's one of the most diverse places on the planet.
Yes, it is.
98118, our zip code, the most diverse zip code in the United States of America. But yeah, grew up in Seattle, graduated from the University of Washington.
Now, what did you study there?
Communications.
Awesome.
You couldn't tell? Look, ain't no rocket science major over here.
Yes.
I tried. Dr. Levi, you're a
Yes.
doctor.
Yes,
How
I
did
am.
you get through chemistry? Because I looked at my teacher, I said, girl, I can't do this. I can't.
It took a lot. It took a
Right?
lot. Yes.
So yeah, graduated with a communications degree. I was like, yo, I love the Today Show. I love Ann Curry.
Yes.
And I love Sports Center.
Yes.
I want to be like a sports anchor, like a sports broadcaster.
Like a Robin Roberts.
Right?
Yes.
Wasn't Robin Roberts a national treasure?
Oh,
was
she still
everything.
is. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
So, I went on to get my communications degree, and after I graduated, I moved to LA because, like any kid around America, you grow up watching Moesha,
Yes.
you grow up watching, all these shows that take place in LA. So I'm
Right.
like, you know what? That's for me.
Right.
So I got on a plane and I took an internship at first with the LA Sparks.
And what was that like now?
I had already been working for the Seattle Sonics and the Seattle Storm.
Right.
And the Seattle Sonics got kidnapped from Seattle. They took them out of Seattle, moved them to Oklahoma City. I lost my job. I had a paid gig. I was working community relations for them, getting paid.
That's a big difference now to go from job to joblessness.
Yes. And I said, well, I got to get my foot back in the door somehow. Right. So I took an internship, an unpaid internship with the LA Sparks. I was like, yo, I'll work for free. I just got to get another opportunity.
Right.
And within 2 weeks of me working for them, the owners of the team heard that I was kind of funny because I'm, cracking jokes in the break room.
That's you.
You know?
Yes.
And so they came up to me during my internship and they were like, yo, we need a new in-arena host and media personality, and we're going to hold auditions. But we heard you were funny, so if you want to audition,
Bring it.
The door is open.
Right.
They were joking with me, just making small talk.
Yes.
But I was like, no, I grew up an athlete, so I'm actually going to accept the challenge.
Yes.
So I actually took their scripts out of their office and memorized them in like 10 minutes,
That's
maybe
great.
20.
That's great.
Walked up in their office and I'm like, just gave it to them.
Right.
And they
Here you
looked
go.
at me and said, we were joking. But they said, you know what? We respect your approach
Absolutely.
and your drive. So we're just going to cancel the audition and we're going to let you do a game at Staples Center.
That's nice.
Okay, Staples Center holds 25,000.
You got that right.
The Sparks getting about 15. Okay,
Right.
let's
right,
keep it real.
Right. Yes.
But
yes.
that's still a lot of people.
Still
okay.
Yes, it is.
Went out there my first game and just rocked it.
And what was that like for you when you literally walked on the stage knowing that you were going to announce that? What was that first night like for you?
It was fun as hell.
Was it really?
That's why I kept the job.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
literally was not nervous because, this thing about life. This is the thing about luck in life. They say luck is when opportunity and preparation meet,
Yep.
right? So I was already prepared for it. This was what I was supposed to be doing,
Yeah, it was
right?
your life. It was your calling.
I grew up loving the LA Sparks. I grew up like Lisa Leslie's biggest fan. So
Yes.
I get to work for the team or Lisa Leslie's. I mean, hell, this is big.
It's perfect. Yes,
So
it is.
I just went out there and embraced it.
Right.
Some people don't get that feeling when they're working.
Yes.
I got that feeling like, yo, go have fun.
So you know this is your passion. It's your passion to broadcast. It's your passion to be a part of the media life, basically.
Yeah, it's my passion to just have fun with people.
Yes.
Just sway emotions.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm that kind of person. If I meet a group of folks, I'm going to feed off of their energy
Yes.
and just have a good time.
Of course.
That's like when you guys were just chopping it up and laughing in here. I'm
Oh,
like,
yes.
let me come in
Right, right, be a
and get
part
a
of it.
little bit of this, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I rocked it. Ended up getting a contract that year. So, went from unpaid intern to getting a nice contract with them and had a contract with them for 5 years.
Just fantastic. That
And
really
and
is.
loved it. I mean, those fans, WNBA fans, people give a lot of flack to the WNBA. I need them to stop.
I agree with you.
I mean, those women work their butts off.
They're amazing athletes.
Amazing athletes.
Amazing.
Incredible athletes. And what people don't understand, because they don't get paid as much as the men, they
should
have
not
to
be
work.
devalued, though, because they're working twice as hard to get with it where they are.
Exactly. And they have to work year round.
Absolutely.
A WNBA season's what, 4 months? Then they have to go play in Germany or somewhere overseas to get paid the rest of their money.
Right.
So by the time they get back to America, they're pooped, but they're still giving their all. So, like those fans give that same energy back. They're some of the most treasured and just devoted fans.
I've gone to many of their games.
Yeah,
Many,
they're
many,
great.
many. Yes.
They're great. So, I had a great time. Ended up moving on from the Sparks. The team was kind of dealing with some financial issues, and the team actually folded. I saw the writing on the wall. I'm like, yo, I got to get out of here. So,
Yes.
but Magic Johnson came back in and repurchased the team,
Right.
and they're making some good strides.
Right.
I'm still rooting for them. Still a great organization.
I think they're going to make it. I think they're going
Yeah,
to make it.
year 20 of the WNBA is this year.
Right.
So this is the year where, typically speaking, a business is actually going to turn a profit, like have success.
Right.
So I'm interested to see what the W is going to do this year in year 20.
Yes. Now, when you look at the WNBA and knowing all of the glass and sometimes stone ceilings that women have to push through, what are the ones that you think you had to push through to get where you are today? Because it could not have been easy for you.
I mean, you talk about being African American.
Yes.
Boom. You're already dealing with something.
Yes.
Then you're a woman.
Yes.
And being African American, you could be a woman or a man and present in a different way. But your
course.
skin color, you can't change that.
Never.
There ain't enough
Never.
MAC in the world.
No.
Dr. Levi, let me tell you,
Yes.
that MAC concealer's good,
Is it really?
but you can't take an NW45 and put it on somebody who's an NW10 and make it. I mean, I'm just being for real. Like,
McCall.
let's be real. Let's have a moment.
Yes, let's have a moment.
Let's have a moment. You can put all that makeup on them, and they can have the color, but it's still not believable.
No, it's not.
So when you step out the house and you're white, you're white. When you step out the house and you're black, you're black.
Yes, you are.
That's what it is.
Yes.
So being a black woman, that's difficult in America. And then to add everything else up, I'm a smooth 6 feet tall, barefoot. Okay?
Right.
And I like sneaker wedges. You see my wedges?
Yes, I do. I think
got
they're
these
great.
in every color.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
They add about 2 to 3 inches to me.
Right.
But I love it. It makes your booty sit up all high. Like,
Does it?
Dr. Levi, That's the secret.
That's the secret.
You think these stallions are walking around here just because they do squats? No, girls. It's because they wear wedges. It sits the booty up high. That's my secret.
Gotcha.
Dudes be like, you sitting up. I'm like, I know. I paid for it.
That's a strategy. McCall, stop it. Stop.
If you got handed some lemons, add some water and sugar, baby.
You got lemonade.
Come on.
McCall, please.
Y'all wasn't ready for this word this morning.
No, we weren't ready for you.
You were not ready for
I
this
was
word.
not prepared.
You were not ready for this word. But yeah, so like you said, the ceilings, they're out there. But
Yes.
you gotta take those ceilings
You just
and
push
flip
through.
them upside down and dance on those mugs.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
come on.
With your wedges.
With the wedges.
Absolutely.
That's what you do. You turn that ceiling upside down. You turn the room upside down
Right.
and say, this is my dance floor. This ain't my ceiling. This is my dance floor.
Exactly. How does your faith play into your development as the great woman that you are today?
I got to tell you about the faith. I've been walking with the Lord my whole life,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I went to Catholic high school. Shout out to Eastside Catholic in
Yes.
Bellevue, Washington. Okay.
Yes.
Love the Lord. But the Lord and I took a break. Like, we took a break. Because my dad died when I was in college.
Yes.
And I felt like the Lord
Sorry to hear
betrayed
that.
me. Oh, but he lived a beautiful and long life.
Yes.
Like I said, my parents had me at 40.
Right.
Okay. My dad died when I was 18.
Yes.
So he didn't have as long as a life as some, but he still got a lot out of it.
Right.
And his daddy died when he was 35. So, and our black men, you got to take care of yourselves.
Yep. Men have to take care of themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, so, for me, I lost a little bit of my trust, if you will, in God for a little bit. And it wasn't until I moved to LA, and you know how LA is. This is a tough town.
Well, LA is real.
It's real.
Oh, yes. It's
It'll
not
test
a joke.
you.
Yes, it will. There
It'll-
are palm trees, there's a sunshine, but
Yeah.
then bills still have to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about who you know, it's about how much you're making, how much you're working.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go out and get it.
Yeah.
LA is a place where you can be deceived by the beauty of it and the beauty of the people if you're not working towards your own strategic goals.
Yeah.
It's not a joke.
It's not. And it's one of those cities where you might get knocked to your behind. And if you get up, it's going to hit you. There's a reason why you got up.
I agree.
Because
I
in this
agree.
kind of town, there are a lot of people. Look, you walk around Sunset Boulevard, there are a lot of bums.
Oh, yes. There are a lot of homeless people, unfortunately.
They got knocked down.
Yes.
People move here and get knocked down and they don't get back up. And, I was dealing with a couple of things. I got knocked down.
Right.
But I got up and I realized, there's a reason why you got up. You're still living here. You're still prospering.
Right.
It has to be the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And so in 2011, I actually got a tattoo. It says, "'Twas grace."
Very powerful.
I had to have that reinforcement and that constant reminder that the grace of God has
Sustains
brought
you.
you this far, and it will continue to hold you. So yeah, sometimes when I get stressed out, I look at my tat and I'm like, just keep going.
Yeah, don't stop.
Just keep going.
What does your mother and your family think of your continuing successes?
You know what? It's so funny that I'm a sports broadcaster because I grew up in a household where my dad put like Denzel Washington said in He Got Game, I put the ball in the crib, boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like my dad wanted another son so bad. My dad raised me like a little boy.
Wow.
I wore a bow tie. I was
Really?
obsessed with the movie Problem Child.
Really? From
My mom was a psychotherapist. She saw 8 patients a day. My dad was a teacher, so my dad had more of the molding on me. So I thought that was normal.
Yes.
And my mom was like, "No, girl." So anywho, my mom did not like sports
Really?
because of Gary Payton. Gary Payton of the Seattle Supersonics, one of the greatest in NBA history.
Got that right.
But when he would do his post-game interviews, my mom would scream.
Really?
She'd go, "Oh, that moosh mouth, all that money and can't speak. You think with all that money he'd take an articulation class."
She say that?
And she'd tell me, "Turn it off."
Wow.
She didn't want me to watch the sports,
Wow.
Segment on the news or anything like that. And my dad was like, he was just like, "No, don't say it." He wanted me to know everything about everything, right?
Absolutely.
And so my dad would tell me on Sundays, if you watch 60 Minutes, you can stay up and watch George Michael Sports Machine. Now, the old head sports fans out there, y'all know about George Michael Sports Machine.
Of course.
God rest his soul.
Yes.
That was like my favorite show. And I would watch that on Sunday nights with my dad and go down in his man cave.
Right,
my mom
right.
had no idea what we were doing.
Really?
She thought we were down there saying prayers or something, reading bedtime stories. We watching George
You
Michael
talking
Sports,
sports. That was a great show, though.
It was a great
show. He was
show.
a great, great, great broadcaster.
He was.
He was real. He was authentic. He was fair.
Mm-hmm.
And that I've always really respected that about him. He was a
Yeah.
great, just great.
Because sometimes sports broadcasters let their own opinions
Oh, they can be
come
very
through,
biased. Yes.
and it's like you can't do that.
No, now as a journalist, we
Yeah.
have to be neutral.
Unless, there are certain platforms where you can. That's why I love radio.
Yeah, you can
Because
do a lot here.
you can speak your mind.
Absolutely. You can cut
And that's
loose.
why people, follow you
Right.
because you speak your mind.
Yes.
But anywho, my mom, she didn't understand like my passion for sports broadcast and communications. Now she's starting to like get it.
Really.
Yeah.
She sees how much you love it, of course. I mean, it's a part of you on a cellular level. This is what you love. This is
Yeah.
what you were born to do.
Yeah, definitely. But it took her a while. And it's so funny because I always think like if my dad were alive, he would be like rooting, like my dad would be my biggest fan.
Really?
Like just pushing me to continue. He would think this was great.
Wow.
My mom is taking a little bit of time to get
To
her
adjust
to
there.
understand like my passion for it, right?
What about your siblings?
They're supportive, but like I said, we have so much of a gap. It's like it wasn't like we were raised in the same household.
Very, very different.
Right. My sister is 18 years older than me. So my sister is kind of like my second mom.
Got you.
It's like if, there's some women who have kids at 18.
True. Or,
So
or
she-
sooner.
Or sooner. So she could be my mom. So sometimes when I need that like liberal motherly advice, I go to my sister.
Yes.
So our relationship is different,
Right.
But yeah, my brother, my brother played football, but like I said, he's an older brother. We have a lot of years in between us. We respect each other. We love each other.
Right.
Now that he has kids, that's definitely changed it up. Like my nieces.
That changed the whole dynamic of the family.
because I have to now look out for my nieces.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And what do you do to empower them, to remind them that they can aspire and attain any dream that they want without thinking about them having to be, again, validated by outside sources? How do you empower them as young women?
I mean, obviously, you have to just tell them that they can do anything. But I believe that you have to walk it.
Well,
You can talk it to them all day, but you have to be that role model.
Yes, you do.
I have an auntie who's that role model for me.
Yes.
I call her boss lady.
I like that.
You know what I mean? That's what you have. You have to embody it yourself.
Yes,
And
you
they'll
have to live it.
follow.
Right.
They'll follow. If they see you doing it, they'll follow.
Right. I always believe that we can't explain or tell people about a life to live unless we're living that life.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we've had, life is experiential. Unless we've actually walked that walk, well, you could talk it, but you can't preach it because you haven't walked that path. You don't know
Yeah.
what it's really like.
That's why I said I'm not going to write a relationship and marriage book yet. I'm not married or anything like that, but I feel like at some point in my life I will.
You will. Yes.
But who's going to listen? If you're not walking it, hell.
Exactly. It's not real. It's not authentic.
Yeah.
And one thing about you is clear is that you embrace authenticity in living, in life, in work, and in relationships. Speaking of relationships, Valentine's Day is coming up here. What do you have planned? Don't ask me either.
I'm going to flip it on you.
I know you're going to flip it, but I'm not saying.
Nose goes.
No. Stop it, McCall. McCall, please stop
goes.
it. McCall, stop it.
You wearing that burgundy like you look like a bottle of wine.
McCall, just stop. Oh, my gosh.
What are you doing?
For me, I don't have any plans that I want to share at this moment. That's all I'll say.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Yes.
I'll tell you this.
Yes.
I have some great friends down here.
Yes.
And we're all walking our journey together.
Yes.
And so I'm probably going to hang out with friends and eat some really good food.
Great.
And it's Sunday, so I'm going to go to church.
Good. Have some
And
chocolate.
Have some chocolate.
Absolutely.
And, just love on the Lord.
Yes.
Because Jesus, that man right there is really all you need.
Right.
Come on.
right. How do you embrace the spirituality of knowing that as a woman here in Los Angeles, what you're constructing is all faith-based. I mean, that you're living this life knowing that at the center of your being is really that. Like for some people who are like Buddhist or if they're Muslim. I mean, there was so many religions I could mention, or Christian. And you embrace spirituality from that as a Christian, which keeps you grounded. I'm just curious to know, how do you think your life would be if you weren't a Christian? What do you think that picture would be painted as? What would that look like?
I'd be ashy. Christianity keeps your skin hydrated.
Just stop it, McCall! Just stop it!
Look, y'all want me to come on here and be real. I'm trying to be real with you.
Yes.
I'd be ashy
Yes.
and short. With a flat butt.
With no wedges.
With no wedges.
Just stop it, McCall. McCall, just stop it. I can't take it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
No, but to be real with you, I if I weren't a Christian, I think my life would be, and basically, I don't want to be insulting to anyone, but I don't think
this is your life. It's your journey.
It's my journey. I don't think I would be in LA. I don't think I would be living the life that I'm living. I think I would probably be back home, just kind of getting by.
Yes.
But in order to live in a town like this and to succeed, you have to have faith.
Yes.
Right?
And work ethic.
And work ethic. I could be back home and just, go marry Joe Blow from middle school and, and not saying that anything's wrong with that. That's just not for
that's
me.
Not you.
That's not
Right.
for me, right? So if I weren't a Christian, I think that might have been my life.
Right.
And ashy.
And no well-hydrated skin either. Stop it, McCall. What about this? If you weren't doing radio broadcasting, what would you do, you think? Would you teach?
I'd be an attorney.
You would be an attorney.
That was part of the reason why I came to LA, because I wanted to start studying for the LSAT and go to law school down here. And I had an opportunity to work at Wasserman Media Group, which is like one of the biggest sports and entertainment agencies in the world. And I realized, because my whole thought process was, maybe I could be like a sports agent and just watch my money run up and down the court. But after working there and working with entertainers and with athletes, it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
It's a lot of
work
work.
with a lot of entertainers and a lot of high-powered elite level athletes.
Yeah. And I've worked with them, working in broadcast and working for the LA Sparks, we'd have celebrities sitting courtside.
Yes.
I had that life.
Right.
But I don't want to babysit that life.
Yes.
And I think had I gone to law school and become an agent, I would have been a babysitter and I would have regretted everything and I would have resented people for that. But at the same time, I know I like to argue. I like to prove my point.
Yes.
When I get into a grocery store parking lot, I'm looking for somebody to try me because I'll sue the draws off you.
Right.
And I'll prove that you were wrong. I'm always trying to prove
Right.
I'm trying to connect the dots how you were wrong.
Right.
I like that. My mom always was like, you should go back to law school. I've already got enough student loan debt.
Oh, I know about that. Let
me tell you about Sally Mae.
Yes. Sally Mae and student loans.
Let me tell you
Let's
about
talk
Sally.
about Miss May.
I answered the phone one day when Sally called me.
Right.
And I said, we should be dating as much as you call me.
Right.
I don't talk to my current boo as much as I talk to you.
Sally Mae.
I told Sally, sweet miss,
Yes.
you should be paying for my dinners. You should be coming over to rub my feet.
Right. Bringing chocolate.
The way you calling me and blowing up my phone. I told you I got your money.
Right. It's on the way.
It's on the way.
Right.
Just like God. He may not come when you want him.
But he's always right on time.
And that's why I tell Sally, I may not send it right when you want it.
Right.
But it's there on time.
Exactly. When I got to tell you, I'm really, I remember those calls that I would get many times we're talking about Sally Mae, one of the student loan funds. And I remember getting many of those calls and sometimes just literally not wanting to answer the phone. When I would see that number pop up, that 1-800 number, it'd be like, Not today. I just can't talk to you, Miss May. I can't do it.
Right.
I can't do it. I love you. I appreciate you, but I'm having a good day. I want to keep it good today.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because I often found them the way they would for me anyway. They would speak to me. And when I hang out with them, I'd often find myself feeling less than because I didn't have the money to send.
They make you feel stupid. Like, do you know that your account is 10 days past due?
Right.
Girl, yes. I do.
It's coming when I have it. Right. Right. I tell you one.
But God is so good because
Yes.
the past like 2 or 3 years ain't missed a beat.
That's a
Those
blessing.
first few years out of school, it's like,
We
you're
don't-
trying
we
to.
don't know when the money's coming. We're trying to work.
Yeah, we're
Get
trying
a
to
life.
get it.
We're trying to get it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, I'll tell you one conversation I had with a lady from Sally Mae. She called and she said, "Is this Levi?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "I can help you." She said, "Well, you know who I am?" I said, "No, I don't." She said, "Well, I'm calling from the fund." I said, "Fun?" I said, "I'm about having fun. What kind of fun?" She said, "No, the fund, F-U-N-D, Sally Mae Fund." I said, "Oh, okay." And then she started talking to me about,
Yeah.
being so delinquent, like 45 days, I think it was. And I said, "Well, I'm working." I said, I have a chance. Either I eat or I send you the money. She said, "Well, yeah, you have to really think. You should send us the money." Just
She
like
said
that.
that?
She said that to me.
You should have said something about her mama.
No, I didn't.
I would have said something ugly about her mom.
No, I didn't. I just said, "You know what?" I said, "I really appreciate your input." And I said, "I'll get back to you." And I said, "God bless you." And I just hung up the phone. But that statement was clear to me what her priority was. It
Right.
wasn't me as a human being.
No
It was
compassion.
none, not at all. And I wasn't looking to be the martyr or the victim. It was just, hey, I'm still a student. I'm still trying to make things happen. So I'll send $50, 150, but 150 is not 550.
Yeah.
But it's something.
Mm-hmm.
And when she said that to me that day, I thought, oh, okay, I got your number. I know how much I really mean to you. You know.
And it's funny because I finally got a customer service representative that I like.
Really?
And
That never happened to me.
He and I had a conversation, and I said, from here on out, I'm only talking to you.
Really?
He was so compassionate. He understood my
Like
story.
a human being.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I said, I don't mind sending you the money.
Right.
Because your attitude is good.
Right.
You know?
But we do want them to treat us like we are human beings.
We're not criminals.
No, we're not
We went to
criminals.
college.
Exactly. That's what we're trying to pay back. Right. And if we don't have the money, I'm off. Now I have to remind other people too. Not having money doesn't mean you're less than. It just means you don't have the money now. It doesn't mean you won't have it later. You know, the money's coming.
Would you rather have money or power?
Oh no. I think of all. I mean, if you have power, you can get the money.
Yeah,
You know.
because money is the root of all evil.
Oh yeah. Money is funny. I mean, I love having money. I love being able to give money away, empower other people. But I never have money as the number one thing in my life. In my life, I'm always thinking, number one, how can I be of service? How can I maintain myself rooted in gratitude? And how can I wake up every day knowing that my life has made a difference in someone else's life in some way, just very tiny, but in some way I made somebody smile or laugh or empowered them with education or empowered them with an understanding of who they are and that they matter because
Yeah.
everybody matters.
They do. That's what we want. At the core of our human being,
Yes.
we just want to be acknowledged
Yes.
and validated.
Yes.
I think Oprah said that. Shout out to Oprah.
Well, all I can say here is, Oprah, we want you on the Dr. Levi show one day. We love you. We appreciate you. And thanks for all the great work you're doing. She's a real trailblazer.
Isn't she?
I have such respect for her. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. As a human being, first of all, as a woman, as a woman of color, as someone, I tell you something about Oprah. I heard her, she did an interview that I've never forgotten. It was about the color purple. And they were asking her, did you enjoy doing that? She said, yes. She said, but the one thing about that I will never forget is that I wanted to do the role so bad, but my contract wouldn't allow me to. So she said she literally got on her knees and she begged them to let her have the time to do that role. And then she went on to say, I didn't like the way that made me feel, and I never wanted to do that again. So I knew I had to own myself. I've always loved that statement.
Yeah.
Own yourself, own your brand, own own whatever you do, it's yours.
Exactly.
And that was a powerful statement she made.
Because when people can stick that carrot out, you know, they own you.
They got you. They got you.
Own yourself.
Own yourself. Own yourself.
That's why her having the OWN network
it's
perfect, such a full circle moment.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
I said,
yes.
look at God the Father.
Yeah.
Look at God the Father. It's funny, like when I first started out, I used to always say, I want to be the Oprah of sports. But I had to drop that. Because like you were saying earlier, you have to be authentic.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to be crying on every episode.
No.
Shout out to Oprah. She cries a lot.
We love Oprah.
I'm not a crier. Right. There's certain things that she does great, and I admire it, but I can't be her.
No, you just be the best McCall Hall
exactly.
That you can be. That's it.
I have to be the McCall Hall of Fame.
Right, and that's enough.
Enough.
You know, being you is enough for those who are ready for you.
Yeah.
And those who are not ready, they either go by the wayside or come in for a little while, but they can't stay.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not a match, they can't be around you.
Yeah.
Your energy is high. You're raw. You're real. You're true. You're honest. You're authentic. You can only attract those people who are that, and those who are not, they may want to come up, but they can't stay.
Yeah.
It's not.
They got to be ready to ride with you.
Exactly. In your wedges.
Push the car if it breaks down.
That's true too. That's true too, McCall. Stop
Man,
it.
when I first moved here, let me tell you.
Yes.
I just got a new whip, and you know the Lord blessed me with a new car.
Yes.
But I was driving the same car that I had since high school. My parents bought me a brand new Toyota Corolla in high school.
I'm gonna tell you about those later. Mm-hmm.
They said, "This is it.
Right.
You tear it up, that's it. You ain't getting another one."
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I drove that car until last year. People would see me rolling up. They're like, "You driving that? You pulling up valet? You going to Staples Center?" I mean, like, people could not understand. I was driving the same Toyota Corolla. Yes. But I said, no. This is what happens in Hollywood. You come here and you try to outdo your
the Joneses.
means.
Oh yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I see it all the time.
People don't understand. Be comfortable in yourself. I own my presence.
Absolutely.
I could be hopping out of whatever.
It's
and when I
yours.
hop up out, I'm still gonna own the moment.
Absolutely. You know, I want to tell you a funny story. Excuse me, about Toyota Corollas. My first car here also was a 1982 Toyota Corolla.
Look at God.
But let me
I
tell
knew we were kin.
Oh, you know we are. Now the funny thing about that car is, it went for about 2.5 years. Finally, I was on the freeway. Now let me tell you, I actually had to drive with my feet up because there was no floor. So if I put my foot down, it would tear the soles off my shoes. So I had about 20 pairs of shoes that had no heels because I ripped them off. I'm driving, I got tired, I put my foot down, like, oh, damn. And before you know it, my heel had popped off my shoe because I'm going 40 miles an hour with my foot. I don't know how I didn't break my feet and my toes, and tell it. So one day, I'm driving in my car, and I hear a lot of change dropping. And I was thinking, I'm trying to drive, and I'm looking down between my legs. I'm looking directly at the freeway, and I'm thinking, what's going on? I look in the rearview mirror. There's the muffler.
Oh my!
All the stuff coming from under my car. So luckily, I'm right on the 10, and I was right at the national exit to get off, and I was able to coast just enough to the top and coast down to the gas station that was there. When I got to the top, I looked back. There was the muffler. There was part of a hubcap.
Oh my God.
There was looked like somebody just was ripping the car from underneath me and leaving a trail of metal. It was unbelievable. A guy followed me to the top. He said, "Are you okay, brother?" I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." He said, "Well, I'm glad you're okay, but I got to tell you, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen." I mean, I tell you, I got it to the gas station. And I told the guy, I said, all the parts for the car are on the freeway. He said, "Well, what's your name, son?" I said, "Levi." I said, "Can we go back and pick up my car?" He said, "I don't think it's going to help you, son. I don't think it's going to help you." So I know about Toyota Corollas, but it was great while it lasted.
While it lasted.
Yeah, but like I said, I didn't have any. I could literally look down in between my legs and where I'm hitting the brakes and see the street. A few friends of mine would go to parties and they would say, but it was true. They would be like, "Well, Levi, can you pick us up?" I said, "Sure." I pick them up. Then they say, "Well, no, we got to park like 3 blocks away. We don't want you to roll up in that." I said, "Well, no, I'm not doing that. So you all can get out and you can walk like you're walking up. But I'm not embarrassing my car." But they were embarrassing.
I bet
my
it was
car.
paid for.
They didn't have a car. They were going to get to the party on the bus, you know? I can tell you, let me tell you another quick story about that, about being on the bus. I was on the bus, this is like my first week in LA. So I see this girl, she gets on the bus, and she sits in the same seat every morning. So I walk up to her one morning and say, how you doing? I'm Levi, how are you? And she says, hi, and I think her name was Rebecca. And I said, great. I said, we ride here every day, the same road. She said, yeah, we do. I said, well, what do you do? So we started talking. So at the end, I said, well, can we go to dinner one day? I said, I'd love to take you out to dinner. And she said, well, first, I need to know this. I said, yes. Do you rent or do you own? I looked at her. I said, you on the bus with me? I said, I rent. I said, I rent.
Girl, what do you do, sweet miss?
She worked at the bank. She worked at a Wells Fargo. And I said, I looked at her. I said, so we're going to go to dinner? She said, you rent. I only go out with people who own. I said, okay.
That's why you riding the bus.
That's why you riding the
That's
bus.
why you riding the bus. I don't understand where people get that attitude. Like, look, we're all works in progress.
Everybody.
But the key is progress.
Absolutely.
Not regress.
No, not regress.
Right?
And why did I get on the boat when the boat is just taken out so you can enjoy the ride, so when everything comes to fruition, you can be a part of that.
You can put your feet up.
But why come at the end when everything has evolved, now you want to get a part of the action? Well, let me see. No. It doesn't work that way.
It's like you got to be equally yoked.
You have to be.
You got to be equally yoked.
I agree with that.
Oh, she has a lot of nerve.
Oh, well, she told me that. And,
have you seen her?
Let me tell you now. After that, I saw her for several weeks afterwards, and I would get on the bus and I would see her. She would look down. She would look away. And sometimes I'd sit right next to her and say, good morning. She wouldn't speak.
I hope she's listening right now. And I bet she's ashy. And I bet she's ashy right now.
You think so?
I bet she's ashy right now. With that kind of attitude, she didn't have Christ in her life.
I don't know what she have. I knew she wasn't going to have
Just know
Levi.
she missed out. You are the one that got away.
Oh, thanks for God.
You are the one that got away. Oh, that makes me mad.
You
don't deserve that. You don't.
Let me just say, it was that was like my first few weeks in LA. It was like, whoa, do you rent or do you own? Like, wow.
And it's LA. Like, let's be real about LA.
Let me tell you, I love LA. I think LA
Who
is
owns?
Well, many people don't. Many people don't. But why not? You can't befriend someone who doesn't own. I mean, you're on the bus with me every morning. Do you own? Well, no. Well, I don't either. But I'm making my way. I will one day. I will one day. But that statement I've never forgotten. Never forgotten. You know, so I think relationships are interesting. I think LA is such a phenomenal city, and we attract to us what we are. So if you want love and prosperity and peace and joy, we get that. If you think LA is going to give you lack and check-by-check living and barely getting by and always tough and can't do, well, you get that too. I know and believe in my heart that by the grace of goodness, we attract what we are. If we're loving and kind and receptive to people and living a life of grace, gratitude, and inclusivity, then everything comes that way.
It's true.
I believe that, McCall.
It's true. It's
believe
true.
it.
I mean, we are vibrations.
Yes, we are.
We put vibrations out into the universe and they come back.
It's just energy.
And somebody said, you know, as long as the world is spinning, what you put out eventually does come back.
How could it not? So why not be kinder to people, more compassionate, more loving? Why not? Now, I want to talk about your radio show, because you have a radio show also. Let's talk about it, and where can people listen in?
Well, I have a couple of them. So I do the Sports Lounge Live on America Talk Live.
Yes.
So you can catch us every Saturday.
At what time?
2 o'clock.
Great. And that's 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Right,
Okay.
right. So, you know, I get down and dirty on there. It's when sports and pop culture collide. We get down and dirty.
Nice.
And I also do AfterBuzz TV. So you can catch us on AfterBuzz. We have a YouTube channel, stream across the world. And I do Zoe Ever After and The Biggest Loser recap shows.
Which is perfect.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's really fun. And I also do basketball commentary.
Yes.
Color analyst work. So, you know, all these places you can catch me. But social media is where I really cut
So
up.
let's give them that. What's your Facebook? What's your Twitter? Your Instagram? All of those.
Yeah, you can follow everything that I'm doing on social media. It's fairly simple.
Yes.
Okay, get a pen and a paper.
Okay.
My handle is McCall Hall, but it's 4 O's. So SOOOO McCall Hall.
That's McCallhall.
Exactly.
That's real simple.
Exactly. And it's across the board. It's
Perfect.
across the board.
For all social media platforms.
When sports and pop culture collide, at So McCall Hall.
Great.
Yeah.
I got a question, just a sports question here. What were your thoughts about the Super Bowl that just passed? What were your thoughts there?
I was hoping that you would ask me about the Super Bowl.
Oh, I have to, I'm a sports junkie. I have to ask you about it.
First of all, can we just talk about Beyonce?
Yes, we can. Let's talk about it. You want to say amazing, spectacular, phenomenal?
Okay, let's start with Cam. Let's start with the game.
Yes,
let's start with
the game.
I was pulling for Carolina because my Seahawks lost to Carolina. And I'm one of those people that believes if your team gets beat in the playoffs, the team that beat you, you hope that they win. Because you don't want to be known as a team that lost to the chumps. You want to be known as the team that lost to the champs, baby.
Champs, exactly.
Come on.
Right.
So I was pulling for Carolina. I love Cam Newton. That's my husband in my head.
Yes.
He doesn't know this yet.
He doesn't know yet.
Can we just put this out to the universe? Cameron Newton, Aubrey Drake Graham. Okay.
Hey.
I'm open. I'm sending out those vibrations.
You're ready.
If you want me,
you're available.
I'm ready.
Great.
I cook. I pray. I'll oil your scalp.
And you're not ashy and you wear wedges.
Right?
Thank you very much.
Booty sit up high.
Stop it, McCall.
I would birth a stallion. Let me tell you something. Roger Goodell, Adam Silver, they need to be paying me.
Right.
Because whatever I pop out will be a lottery pick.
Period.
So anyway, the game was fantastic. I really enjoyed everything.
But didn't that game show you that it's the defense that wins football games?
It's always defense.
Always.
That's why the Broncos lost to the Seahawks.
You got that right.
Because our defense ate them up. And they learned we have to have better defense.
You have to.
Cam couldn't do anything about it. Cam is a phenomenal athlete. He's come a long way.
Great athlete.
Stays
Very
in the
developed.
pocket.
Yes.
His arm is legit.
It is.
They talk about
It
black
is.
quarterbacks. They can't throw. Cam
He
can throw.
He can throw. He's a talented guy.
He's only 26. He's
Right.
still
He's
got
learning.
time.
He's evolving.
He's evolving. He definitely has time. You love to see Peyton Manning go out on top.
Oh,
Everybody
it's nice.
loves Peyton
Yes.
Manning.
Yes. New Orleans boy, he's from my city.
Yeah, exactly. So, I was happy to see him go out on top. You just love those stories.
Right.
I'm indifferent on Peyton Manning, but I hate the way Indianapolis did him. Because they kind of turned their back on Peyton, and he had done a lot for the organization.
For the whole state.
For the whole state, exactly. Right. So for me, I was like, I don't like that. I want him to have a moment where he owns it and he has that revenge, that successful revenge.
Well, he got it here.
Exactly. So I wasn't mad about it.
Not at all.
I just don't like to see people get done that way.
Right.
So,
right.
Regardless if I love Peyton Manning or not, I just wanted to see him have that moment.
Right.
But then my girl Beyonce came out.
Yes, so what are your thoughts?
I almost started crying.
Right.
Because I love Beyonce. I'm a stan.
Yes.
Okay? And then the commercial dropped for Formation Tour.
Right.
I got on the phone. I'm like, girls, get your money ready. Get your money ready. They say if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Beyonce snatched me bald. She came out on that field, miss. She strutted onto that field with that leotard on. She gave us life, death, and resurrection. I said, Beyonce, if you want $20 right now for an album, I've got you. If you want $350 for the tickets, baby, I've got you. I will be there in formation. I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm hydrated. I'm not ashy. I'm ready. I'm ready for Beyonce to snatch me bald.
She can just snatch.
I don't need these edges. You can have them. You can have them.
It's time for go. Just stop it.
No, I'm being for real, Dr. Levi. She gave me life. She gave me death. Really? She gave me resurrection. She's telling you other girls, if you want to get on this level, you've got to work way harder because I own it now. Yes. And I've got hot sauce in my bag. Right. And I said, girl, so do I. That's how I know we can.
You stop it, McCall. McCall, just stop it. I gotta thank you for being with us, McCall. You are a one of a kind. I'm grateful for you. So thank you.
I'm grateful for you, and I'm happy for you.
Well, thank you, McCall.
You deserve it all.
Well, thank you, McCall Hall. I'm grateful. Well, everybody, this was the great McCall Hall here. Of course, we'll have to have her back. She is. what's the word? Ineffable. There's no description for her. She's a one-of-a-kind, unique, wonderful woman. It's really wonderful to have her on the show today. So I hope you enjoyed the show. I want to thank you for listening and being a part of the show. Please catch the show on iTunes. It's a podcast, as well as join our YouTube station and subscribe. Well, this is Dr. Levi. Wonderful to have McCall Hall here. You can join her on the social media platforms. SOOOO McCall, McCallHall. She's wonderful. She's available for speaking engagements, for hosting any events that you have. She's just an extraordinary woman and a great personality. So we want to thank McCall Hall for being with us today. And I'll see you guys back next week. Have a phenomenal Valentine's Day. Do everything that I would do. Bye.